it's just obvious that they're not in the tank for Obama. They are part of the leadership team.
Yeah.
And it's frightening and it's infuriating. And we have talk radio and we have the internet, but as I've said, most people still get their news from the networks and from CNN at 6 o'clock, and that's true. About as far as it goes. And they're trying to do everything they can to curtail our freedom, our First Amendment rights on the internet, and they're not even being subtle about it.
Jim, you have a long history in being involved in journalism and research, and you've worked with a lot of different organizations. When you confront a liberal journalist, don't they hear us? Don't they see what they're doing? Don't they understand that the narrative is wrong, that they're very anti-American? Is this what they want to do, or are they blind, or are they just flat out stupid?
Well, I think yes is the answer. I mean, the for the left, and the media leaders are in the core of the hard left. The media leaders are a component of the hard left. Their agenda is all they care about. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about facts. They don't care about how it hurts people. They are singularly focused on their agenda, and their agenda is to bring socialism, or actually I believe communism, to America, and that is their singular focus. They will not be harmed by that. They will continue to live in their palatial mansions. They will continue to live comfortably and safely while the rest of us suffer indescribably. So their agenda, and they will remain in power. And unfortunately, most of us who go to work to earn a living, we try to please the boss. And so that agenda filters down right into the newsroom. And let's be honest, most of the people that apply for such jobs, they've come out of liberal journalism schools, they're already primed.
Yes.
But they're not, I don't think they're always completely apprised of what the real agenda is. I think many of them would be horrified if they understood fully what the real agenda is. But, whenever I give a presentation, I always start with the first principles. And the first principles are, the issue is never the issue. The issue is always the revolution. Mm-hmm. That is a quote from a radical, 60s radical leftist. Mm-hmm. And it's true.
It is true.
They don't care about immigrants. They don't care about gay rights. They don't care about civil rights.
Absolutely not.
They don't care about the environment, anything.
No.
Anybody that's escaped from those movements and has come to see the light comes away from it horrified, and they blow the whistle, and suddenly they may have been the most prominent civil rights leader in the world. Suddenly they've become pariahs.
Yes.
That happened to the head of, with a co-founder of Greenpeace.
Uh-huh.
He came away from, he quit Greenpeace in the mid-'80s because he said they're not concerned about the environment.
No.
They're anti-capitalist, and he said they're even basically anti-human.
Yes.
And he has been, Patrick Moore is his name, anybody can look him up,
yes.
Green Spirit. He has been on the outs ever since. He's been vilified by Scientific American. He's been vilified by the environmental movement from all throughout, and it's disgraceful because he's telling the truth about them.
Yeah, and well, they have a big agenda. But here, we want to get, we have our friend, and your friend too, Dick from Rochester, that want to ask you a question. Dick, can you get Dick on the line?
Yeah, hi, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Dick. How you doing?
Morning, Dick.
I think that's a tremendous explanation that Jim's provided and you guys have interacted on in terms of the global left and the agenda. if we zero down to where we live, I live in Rochester Hills, Troy's nearby, etc. I know for a fact we've got a refugee resettlement problem. It's part of a scam to change America, change Michigan by changing the people. Jim, can you say a few things about your book and about the petition? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Dick.
yeah, thank you. I published a book in June, and you folks referenced
Immigration and the Agenda to Erase America?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And, you know, we've all been talking with good reason about illegal immigration and just how what a horrible agenda it is. But most people don't realize that there is a legal immigration agenda that is every bit as malevolent, and perhaps even more so, because we are bringing in hundreds of thousands of Muslims every year, a proportion of whom are almost certainly among the radical Islamist terrorist groups. And, you know, they've gone further now because there are so many refugees, about 4 million refugees coming out of Syria. They want to bring many of those refugees here, and they're lobbying. They say they're going to bring between 5,000 and 8,000. Originally, it was 2,000. Now it's between 5,000 and 8,000. But a number of senators are lobbying for 65,000.
Oh my goodness!
And one of the 9 voluntary agencies, these private contractors that actually resettle refugees and get paid huge sums by the federal government to do so. Ironically, the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society is lobbying, says that we need to bring in 200,000 Syrians.
You know, Jim, we're calling this legal immigration. It's the refugee resettlement, and it really is not legal. The left has again used a word and twisted it. It is lawless. Yeah. It is lawless resettlement.
Actually, they went to, didn't the president go to the UN, and so they want to use this court system by reclassifying them as these refugees.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you're right, and it is a illegal. They're trying to flood the country with illegals.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Matter of fact, we've been watching this chaos all across the world right now, and the president is not doing anything. We believe my theory is that the more chaos, the more they can deport or import people into this country and around the world to change the complexity, not just of America, but other countries around the world too. And so this is a devious plot by liberals just going on, by the progressives just going on. This is big money behind this.
Well, it absolutely is, and that's the agenda. The agenda is power and wealth for these folks. Let me mention the petition that we just posted yesterday, and it's called No Refugee Resettlement Without Local OK. And listeners can go onto the web, do a Google search, and sign on to this, or they can go onto our Facebook page, Refugee Resettlement Resistors, and see the petition right there. Representative Mike McCall has said, and we quote him, "Terrorists have made it known they want to manipulate the refugee program to sneak operatives to the West." That's a direct quote from him. And I would be willing to bet that of the 5,000 to 8,000 or 65,000 or however many Syrians they bring in, a percentage of those, and not an insignificant percentage, are going to be terrorists from ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, or any of the other terrorist groups operating in Syria, and they will bring chaos and murder
bringing them right through the front door.
Country.
Yes,
that's right. Jim, I see that your petition is located at the website called Go Petition. That's gopetition.com.
That's exactly right. Yep.
So I want to make sure that our listeners can access that quickly.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah, and the other thing I think Del mentioned was, we had these refugees, these so-called refugees. The 1980 Refugee
Jim,
Act.
I hate to break this news to you that we have 1 minute left.
Oh.
Jim, what we're going to do is, I'm going to call your office. We got to have you back, my friend. We have to have you back because we have to. We got sidetracked, but we have to continue this discussion. We also have to. The public have to know this information. So, can I'm going to call your office. We're going to reschedule you to come back because we want to continue this conversation.
Absolutely.
All right,
My
thank
pleasure.
you very much. Yeah, we have to, folks. We're getting close to the end of the break. This show only exists because of you, folks. We need you to go to our website, artofmichigan.com. Again, artofmichigan.com. And whatever you can do, big or small, we need your support. Second, if you own a business, give me a call, 734-249-8990. We want to hear from you. I need to hear from you. We want you to advertise. I'm an outreach to all our pro-life groups. For us to minimize Planned Parenthood is for them to fill in this void. Mayor Daniels?
As much trouble as we have, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
Phil?
And we will see you next week, folks.
The Abolitionist Round Table invites the Wham! Talk 1600 listeners to continue the roundtable discussions by mailing correspondence to Art of Michigan, Post Office Box 135, Garden City, Michigan 48135.
Or follow Phil and Del at artofmichigan.com. You can also send emails to artofmichigan@hotmail.com. And most of all, continue to listen every Saturday and tell a friend.